Hello and welcome to English coaching class. I'm your English teacher, Sayyid Ashikur Rahman. Students, you are welcome to my channel and I'm sure today's class won't be disheartening to you. Whatever we have done in our last class during the chapter with a number of videos means we have done 6 videos for a particular chapter. Okay, and introduction separately, 7 videos, and you can understand how much content the chapter must be carrying. You can understand my topic of today, what I'll be doing it today. Yes, students, no new chapter, but recapitulation, and as I said you in our last class, I'll be doing recapitulation and question answer discussion. So before switching to the next chapter, beginning with a new content, delivering new ideas to you, you must have the last chapter that whatever we have done it, that should be saved in your brain. Okay, whenever someone asks you a question, you can answer them easily. Okay, so that should be there in your mind and you can deliver the points easily to them. So students, you might have been clear with the idea of what we're going to do it today. The same thing, a recapitulation of the chapter that we have done in last class, that is the Rattrap by Selma Lagerlof. Okay, so we are going to do recapitulation, summarizing, and a short preparation with this video where you can see this short information where you need students that they don't like to see so many videos at the one they can see and they can go for the examination. So whatever I'm giving recapitulation students, where I'm synchronizing a big chapter into small 10-20 lines, and you can easily understand what I'm trying to bring to you. That easily you can get it what is the chapter. Okay, reading in details, it is better for answering the long questions. Getting a shortcut information, giving a normal idea about the questions, whatever you'll be getting. You won't be getting good marks, but you'll be getting the marks to get passed in the examination. Okay, so the students, those who do the last hour preparation, for them it will be definitely helpful, and generally whoever will be there, all will be benefited with this session. Okay, so just again, before going for the discussion of our topic, I'll request just whoever is watching, new users, don't forget to subscribe my channel, and before going for the details of the chapter, what happened at the end, you'll like the video. But before I ask, like my video, because at the end you forget what happened at the end. Most often people forget it. So they got the thing, whatever it is, they forget it. So just give a like button, subscribe, and bell icon if it's a new user, and share your friends. Share is caring. Okay, so share, and definitely others can also get the benefit from this channel and whatever I'm teaching. See, English is a language that you should listen, and when you listen English, definitely you can think of speaking also. It is not that you will eat and I'll feed you, the thing will come up next day. No, English speaking needs you should have a good listener, you should have a patience of listening. So this is a class where I am providing you the part of lectures or the tips or the informations in English. So you may get it so many videos in Hindi, but you're not going to write the answers in Hindi. English means you're going to write English. So just subscribe and be in with English. Speak English, write English, and be a man of English. Okay, so let's move to the topic, and just I'm bringing that part. Okay, again reminder, don't forget to thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Yeah, you can see on the screen the chapter what we have done in our last class, that is Rattrap. The same chapter I have brought you students, nothing new, no difference, no change. I have been discussing in my introduction class what the theme, title, Okay, the theme of the chapter, what is the title, how title is important, the settings, background, everything I have discussed in the introduction part, message of the chapter, everything. If you want to see the introduction, then come to the conclusion, means sum up. You want to get all the information, that will be enough for the last hour preparation. Okay, so here I am not going to discuss those introductory idea, but I'll be doing the flashback. I'll just collecting the information, whatever I've shared you. Okay, through which you will be activated with these informations. So Rattrap by Selma Lagerlof. The title Rattrap directly suggests something is there related to rat and where rat is going to get trapped. Okay, the chapter title suggests that it is related to some rat and where rat gets trapped. So similarly, Selma Lagerlof has shown the idea about a common general mass people they suffer. Okay, in their real life situations, we all suffer with different problems. But what we think at the end, why I am the sufferer? This is the common question generally when people are in a problem. Why I am the one always getting in problem? Why not he or she? You don't know about others. Definitely, they'll be facing some other problem that you may not be. Okay, so Selma Lagerlof, the writer, she has focused about the character, the protagonist. Here the students, again the protagonist, the same year, a Rattrap seller, the peddler, vagabond, whatever names we can see. Okay, so here what happened, the next character, it is who? Here the crofter, and then the Edla, the another important character, then the iron master, and sub characters we have seen in the chapter, the blacksmith, his apprentice. Okay, so we have seen the sub characters here, but few are the main characters, that is the peddler or vagabond, and the Edla character is at the same time important. Okay, Edla character is at the same time important here. So here we can say, your students, as the Edla character is important, you must not ignore this character. Just keep in your mind and keep active for the preparation for the examination even. This character will definitely may help you for the writing answers. So this was just a pre-information before going to the discussion of the lesson. So the peddler was a vagabond who sold rat traps with little thievery on the side to make both end meets. See, the peddler was a vagabond. Means peddler was a vagabond means peddler was a vagabond who sold rat trap. Vagabond, I have told you students already, who does not have any destination. Means my school gets over, or your school gets over, you get back to your home. So you have a destination, you have to go to your home. You have the shelter you have a house to have a shelter. So vagabonds are those, they don't have the house, they don't move here and there. They spend their night taking rest wherever they find it comfortable. Okay, they don't have the proper destination. Okay, tramp, vagabond, whatever you can say these name to the peddler, who sold what? Rat traps with a little thievery on the side to make both ends. What he was doing? Thievery, the act of stealing. Okay, just taking the things from others, just robbery, what we can say, robbing others on the side to make both ends meet, both ends. See, whatever the work he was doing, he was selling the rat traps. That was not sufficient. It was not profitable. And at the same time, he have to beg for his doing the work. So that's why he even go for an act of thievery. Understood, students? The what the peddler used to do, or what is he doing it? Had no worldly possession to call his own, not even a name. Okay, he had no worldly possession. See, you might be able to see this kind of people in your area or in your circle. Where do you live? Okay, so what we can say, this kind of people in your area or in nearby areas, you might have seen it. The people living and like a mad fellow whom you treat is a pagal, whatever you can say. Don't touch him. We treat them like untouchables. Okay, so this kind of people will be seen in every area, village here and there, even in cities. So had worldly position to call his name, had no worldly position. See, I have my name, you have your name. Okay, but he is not having a name, not even a name. He's not having anything that he should say this is mine. Okay, understood, student? So that was not there of this man, that is peddler. That's why he is not having the he is called as peddler, vagabond, tramp, rat trap seller, whatever name we can give to the main character of this chapter. See, initially I cannot say hero or protagonist very beginning. Later on I can say I have declared in the other parts of the video. Why? Because in the initial part I did not get, or I'm not able to get the character in the same way. Heroic are what? It's a symbolic for the people. It's a symbolic for the other people who are watching them, who are witnessing them. They see it's a what? Recognizable character. Okay, who can recognize? We can see it's a example for the society. The what? Protagonist or hero. But these character not having a name even, not having a name even, and how we can say him in initially I'm not saying, but towards the end of the chapter I can say he's a protagonist, he's a hero of the chapter, the peddler. Okay, but initially I'm not saying it. Okay, so next line, I hope the first point everything is clear, students. Let's come to the next line. It amused him to think of the world as a rat trap. Okay, see, what happened being a student, sometimes you poke finger word to other friend, just you poke them, you make them irritate. Some of them enjoy it. Okay, some of them keep trouble others, and they feel happy. So whatever makes you happy, you find it doing it regularly. Okay, so what happened when you don't have options? Here, suppose you're all alone in your home, and what happened? You start thinking that you start playing video games. Some, if you're addicted, so they start playing video games. They start watching movie. They start teasing to the brother and sister. Whatever is there near to them, the students, what they do, they start enjoying. They start doing the same. So this man was not having anything. What was he? What was he doing? Only the what? Rat traps, and he was selling in the market. So with having his belongings, what the belonging he was having, that was only rat trap. And it amused him to think of the world as a rat trap. What was he doing? He was doing what? Rat traps. See, someone is a man of physics. Whatever he'll think, he'll be relating to the physics. Someone is a man of literature. Whatever he'll speak, he'll be poetic. Okay, so as what the human do, their nature becomes the same. Okay, so as it amused him, though, he was having a rat trap, and due to his, he was selling rat traps, he started comparing the world as rat trap. What did the comparison he started doing? The students, do you remember that I have shared this information, a detail or line-wise explanation of the chapter? Do you remember what was the comparison done with the world, a rat trap? What are the comparison and what are the bits involved? Do you remember? If you remember, come on, quickly write in the chat box. Let me see. Let me see your brain. Activate your brain. Show me your participation in the class. So, do you remember that what was the comparison done? Rat trap with. Come on, students, write it down in the chat box. Rat trap with, quickly. Rat trap. I'm just keeping it active. Yeah, world. What are the world? What are things? Means world. What are the things? Not only the world is it's confined here, but what are the things that symbolize as a rat trap compared in the world? And what are the things given the name of baits? Baits for the what rat trap is cheese and pokes. Similarly, what are the things? Yes, some are writing whole world, land, seas, and cities. Yeah, world is compared with land, cities, and seas and cities. These are what? Comparison with, very good, Ajit. So it's a comparison of what? With the rat trap. And what are the things compared to the cheese and pork? What are the things compared to the cheese and pork? Come on, write it down, students. Come on, write it down. Quick, I need the answers. Just give a sharp work with your mind. Yeah, money, yes, wealth, joy, happiness. At the end, we need that money, joy, happiness, house to live, shelter, food to eat. These are the things that keeps us greedy. We need it. Okay, so rat trap contains a piece of food when a mouse comes. Yeah, so rat trap here inside the rat trap, the bed is kept. Similarly, as the mouse get or the rat gets attracted to the food inside the food. Okay. Yeah, I'm able to see the answers coming in the chat box. Students are writing the answers. Rat trap contain piece of foods. When mouse comes, it and falls into death. Similar money luxuries in our yeah. Students, you're correct. That we have whatever the luxurious item we need. Okay, we start getting attracted towards it. So similarly, as it is compared with the same way, the rat trap with the world, the food inside the rat trap, the things we need in our life for satisfaction, see, minimum things to fulfill our needs. Okay, that's a minimum. But when we exceed, today I'm having bicycle, next day I'll need a racing bicycle, next day I'll need a motorbike, next day luxurious bike, next day car, a luxurious car. So when we start demanding, we start working hard for that, and for that when we come in greed, we do mistakes, then we are coming in the rat trap. This is the ideology, this is the thought of whom? This is the thought of peddler, a rat trap seller. Okay, this is the thought of rat trap seller. So it amused him to think of the world as a rat trap and all material positions as bet as the world. Okay, all the material things. We have discussed, I have shared information. What are the material things? He felt was never kind to him. He felt it was never kind to him, means the world was never kind to him. There's some mistakes here. In the world, he felt that the world was never kind to the people, when no one is kind to him. See, what happened? We also think, suppose your father or someone, your teacher is scolding to you, what happened? Every day or next day or after some days, what happened? You feel that teacher is only scolding me, he or she does not like me. Okay, so that's the reason. What happened the next day? You started thinking that I am the only one who is getting scolding. So this is the same scenario it is happening here. He felt it was never kind to, means it was means the world is never kind to him. Kind to him means no one is kind towards him. No one is showing kind towards him. No one is showing affectionate towards him. No one is showing love towards him. Okay, so that was what the man is talking here. The lines are talking here. Moreover, he prided himself in the fact that he was out of it. Okay, so there's a mistake again in the line. There's a printed typo error. Okay, moreover, he thought himself in the fact that he was out of his, means he thought that he is safe from this ideology. Okay, he is safe from this ideology, the fact what the world he was living. And what happened when he was looking to the people? He was looking to the people and he was enjoying the which state the people are there into the coming into the rat trap, or they are coming into the same scene, or where are the people's status. So this was the thing what he used to see to the people and he used to enjoy. Here there are some mistakes, students. So there's a typo error here in these lines, so just try to ignore what I'm explaining. Try to focus this time. I was not able to rectify these lines here. Next comes here text Celta's cropped. Next point, see we have the phase wise. First he's coming, the narrator has, the writer is trying to describe about the character, then what is his status and what is his thought, and then he's coming to the incident. Take Celta at Crofter's cottage. Okay, as he's a vagabond tramp. Okay, so he's not having a house to live. So what happened in once evening, he went to the Crofter's house, started knocking the door. Okay, knock knock. Someone is there, can give me to stay. So you know the usual answer comes, no, get out from here, no place to stay. Or he asks for food, they may offer food, he may get food, he may eat it, but no staying is allowed. So he have to leave. The Crofter welcomed him, but here the scene is different. The Crofter welcomed him, gave him dinner, shared his pipe, played mozlis with him also, confined him about his income and showed him where he put it. So see, this man was all alone. He was not having, he was aged man, old man, and he was not, there was no companion with him, and he was all alone in his house. So he welcomed him, gave him dinner, means he arranged porridge and as a supper, as a heavy meal offered to him. The students, dinner and supper, S-U-P-P-E-R. Students, do you have any idea what is the difference between this dinner and supper? S-U-P-P-E-R. If you have any idea, you can write it down in the chat box. What do you know about it? Do you have any idea what is the difference between supper? As I'm writing the chat box spelling, S-U-P-P-E-R, supper and dinner. Any idea, students? What do you mean by supper and dinner? Any idea? Do you have any idea? Write it down in the chat box. If yes, share me your information. Supper is the eve in the eve. Supper is the thing that which is taken after dinner, evening. Okay. Any more information? Any more answer? Any more answer? Any more answer? Any more answer? See, students, what happened? I'm given one example. What happened when you're busy with some work? When you're busy with some, we take morning, early morning, 7 o'clock by or 8 o'clock. When we take morning time, we eat it as breakfast. In afternoon at 12 to within maximum time 2, that is lunch time. Maximum 2. Okay, food consumed before going to bed. Okay, so when we take maximum by 2, maximum, but usually it's 12. It starts 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock, 1 hour, or maximum by 2. You have to complete your that time is a lunch time. And again, when we'll come to dinner time, it's 8 to maximum by 10. Maximum I'm talking about 8 to 8:39. It's a time to have dinner, or maximum we have made it. We have made it stage to 10 o'clock. So this is a time when we should take our dinner. But usually, what happened? We are flexible. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Now flexibility, we take dinner. So when we are not taking our food in the same time, snacks. But when we are taking heavy meal, see, suppose you have not taken your lunch and you're not taking your dinner time 8 o'clock. Your evening you're eating heavy meal of lunch and some dinner meal together early time. It is supper. Heavy meal you're eating late hour after dinner, late night after 10 o'clock. It is supper. When there is a heavy meal, not actual on dinner time we are taking. When we are taking heavy meal in dinner time, it is a dinner. But when we are not taking in dinner time, it is late or early, it is supper. In evening, when we don't take heavy meal, biryani or roti or chapati, we don't take heavy meal. Okay, so when we take heavy meal and we have skipped our lunch also, in evening we take it. So that is also supper, and we take it in a late night. We does not take in a dinner time. That is also supper. Okay, heavy meal. So understood, students? The clear the supper and what dinner. Okay, and lunch. We have a fixed time to do our things. So when we don't do in that time, it's again the specification is there. The snacks is there. So different specifications are there. What we take during that time when we take food, what that is known as. Okay. So similar, what he offered him, heavy meal, that is supper. Okay. And what did he offer to him? That is porridge. Okay, what was the meal he offered to him? It is porridge. Gave him in dinner. Shared his pipe. Okay, gave him in dinner means here it is mentioned as dinner, but in your text it is mentioned as supper. Okay, so in your text it is given as supper. So you remember, you will mention that as supper only in your writing. Follow the text, not the reference. Here wrong. It is written. Don't follow this one. Follow the text. I am saying it is in a text. It is given supper. Not that when you follow a different reference book, here different information have been shared in the reference book. So students, don't follow those reference. Just try to follow the information what is shared to you by the teacher through textbook. Okay. So it is supper. Okay. Shared his pipe. They started blowing cigarettes or tobacco roll, whatever you can say. Then played Mojlis with him, and also confined in him about his income. Means he shared his income, how he's earning, what is he doing right now, what was he doing previously. Means right now he's old man, he cannot work in field. Right now he's having a cow and he's selling the milk and the creamery things in the market, and he's earning something. And he shared those information to his friend. Means right now he's his friend, that is the peddler or Rattrap seller is a friend to this man. So trusted him and shared his money means in income share to him. Okay, students, I hope you're able to understand this. Third point, we'll come to the next one. Next morning, the peddler steals the money and takes back. Okay, next morning, what happened? The peddler steals the money and he is moving away. Okay, takes the back road to keep away from people and gets lost in the jungle at night. So the next morning, it was a shocking thing what he has done. He trusted him and he did not show the same trust. Next morning, the peddler steals the money. He started smashing the window, and from the window frame where the money was kept, he took the money and takes back the road to keep away from people and gets lost in the jungle. So he did not walk in the road where people can catch him. So he started walking towards the jungle at night. And what happened? And he was lost in the jungle, and due to which he did not get the way to come out. Okay, so he did not get the way to come out from the jungle, and he was lost in the jungle. While he wanders in the forest, he realized that he has also got caught in the rat trap, that the money was the bet. So he understood later what was that. The money he received or he was having, that is a symbol or a hope, or what it is giving a connecting to what? Connecting to, that is his own concept. That is a bet, that is connecting to his own bet. Understood, students? Next, finally reaches Ramjo's iron work. Okay, next he's reaching where? Where he takes the shelter for night. Blacksmith and his assistant ignore him, but the master mistakes him to be an old acquaintance and invites him home. So what happened? The owner of the house, owner of this place, he makes a mistake. He is able to make a mistake that he thought he is an old acquaintance, but blacksmith and his assistant ignore him. They did not focus who is he. The peddler does not correct the iron master hoping to get some money. He did not correct him. Who is he? And he expected that he is going to get some money. He declines his invitation. Beginning, students, don't get confused. He did not decline. Beginning, he is declining his invitation. He is not accepting. He is not getting convinced with his invitation. But who is convincing? That is his daughter. The iron master then sends his daughter, who persuades him to go home with her. So I have said to students earlier, the girls, they can easily convince the opposite gender. So here the male was convinced easily by the girl. She noticed his uncouth appearance, means as he was dressed, okay, very dirty, shabby looking, old, means beard from the long days he was not taken bath, and thinks that either he has stolen something or he has escaped from jail. See the sense of understanding of this girl. Okay, she is able to understand this man has done something wrong. Okay, the peddler is scrubbed, bath, and given a haircut and shaved, and a suit of old clothes of the iron master. In the morning light, the iron master realizes he is mistaken and that he is not the captain. So next day, the peddler was taken into different shape and size. Different shape and size means haircut was done, beard was removed, okay, and different shoot was given, dress was given, saved, and the iron master saw and recognized he has done a mistake. Okay, so what he said it, that he is not the captain. He wants to call the sheriff. He wants to call the police. And before going to the court, to the jail, see what happened? Before the hang till death, I have said in the class, before you hang till death, what happened in police? They ask that, what's your last wish? Similar, the peddler is agitated and breaks out the world into that. He shared the information that the comparison of world as Rattrap. He too is sure to be caught in it. So he is also sure one day the iron master will be caught in the same trap. Okay. The iron master is amused but orders him out. Okay, he is making fun with the thing, what he's saying. He smiles, but he orders him, get out from here. Okay, so as the human nature, one human will be doing the same. The compassionate Edla convinced her father that he should spend the Christmas day with him. She is a girl, what I told you, important character Edla. She is convincing what was the necessary to call this man to the house and she convinced that father, this man should stay in their house. The Christmas day with him, and he spends Christmas day with them. The peddler spends the whole of the Christmas Eve eating and sleeping. He did not do any other activity. He was just busy eating and sleeping. The next day at church, Edla and father come to know that peddler is a thief who stole 30 kunur from the poor crofter. So after enjoying the Christmas, helping the peddler to eat and sleep, what was their motto? To serve a poor vagabond or tramp, a poor man. The similar way they treated like a human, means humanitarian behavior. Okay, like a captain, they should treat. What was the mistaken was done by the iron master. He thought he's a captain. So similarly, the Edla behaved with him in the same way. And the next day they heard that Edla and her father come to know that peddler is a thief who stole 30 kunur from the poor crofter. Who stole, means he is the man who has stolen the 30 kunur. So the father was in a big question to the daughter. Okay, but back home they found a letter addressed to Edla, signed as Captain Von Stale, and a rat trap as a gift for the from the crofter. So here the sign was done as a Captain Von Stale. I have told you students why the signature was done as Captain Von Stale. Here the other reason you might have got it today. As he was not having a name, and the same he was having, means as the treatment was done by Edla, the behavior was done by Edla that made him, that bound him, or that was forced him to write this name, because as a captain all behave like a dirt to him. Dirt, we throw them from our house. Similarly, all do this kind of behavior to this vagabond, tramp, or rat trap seller. But this girl, her behavior was different. A rat trap as a gift from the crofter. In the rat trap were the three 10 kunos notes of crofter. The 3 10 kuno note, wrinkled note was there, and he asked her to return. Yeah, these are the end of the summarizing informations, what I have summed up here. Okay, so let's discuss the question answers, and then we'll go further. I'll be giving you the sample questions. Why did the peddler choose to go through the forest? Why did the peddler choose to go through the forest? After stealing 30 kunur, here are the points. Okay, after stealing 30 kunur from the crofter, the peddler knew that he would be caught and put in the prison if he continued to walk by the main road. That was the big reason. He's thinking that if people will catch him again, they'll be sending him to the jail, so he'll be in trouble. So he chose the back road that went through he chose the second road that is connecting to the forest. Okay, the next one. Why did not the peddler reveal his true identity when the iron master mistakes him to be the captain? The peddler thought the iron master might take pity on him, okay, can show pity on him and can give him some money if he thought he was an old acquaintance. But he is thinking, as he's an old acquaintance, he can give some money to him. So he keeps quiet and allows the iron master to presume he was the captain. So he allowed the iron master to assume him as the captain, so that he was having a greed was there. Students, I've shared you, greedy. As being greed, you come into trouble. When you are in a greed nature, you come into trouble. The same we can see here. The next question. Why did it please the tramp to compare the world to a rat trap? Okay, why did it please the tramp to compare the world to a rat trap? The world was not very kind to the tramp, and so it gave him the great pleasure to think of it as a rat trap. Okay, so no one was kind to him, so that's why the world was treating him very badly. Similarly, this kind of idea came to his information. As I told you, whatever profession you belong to, the ideas will be connecting, your behaviors, your attitude will be connecting the same way to the individuals and the friends and neighbors, whoever you meet. Okay, so next question. Why did the tramp sign the letter as Captain Von Stale? The tramp, though illiterate and a thief, found himself raised to a captain through Edla's kindness and compassion. Okay, as the Edla behaved, through which the man was changed. Got a chance to redeem himself, and hence he signed the letter as Captain Von Stale. Students, I hope you are able to understand why this is gone this name. Okay. So now comes to a long question. Both the crofter and Edla Williamson were kind and hospitable to the tramp, but he repays crofter kindness by stealing his money, while Edla is able to transform him into a better human being. Why? So students, here some key points I've shared. You can take it down as a photograph, and you can write it down in a long answer, properly describing, and you can share it to me in a WhatsApp, and I can just connect to you and answer you whether you have written correct or not. Here the points I have written, here the answer is not elaborated. You elaborate minimum 3 to 4 paragraphs, total 3 to 4, minimum 3 or maximum 4. Okay, 4 paragraphs you should elaborate. Understood, students? So it's a reference points are there. You can take snapshot. Some questions are here. Take the snapshot of it and do practice and write back answers to me. Okay. And here are some long questions. Take the snapshot for the short first. Then I'll go for the long questions. Here then the long questions. Okay. Here then the long question. Students, again, as my class is going to come to an end, I want you must write the answers and written back to me in WhatsApp. I can correct you and I'll rectify it. So before coming to today's session, okay, again, I'll remind to subscribe my channel, just like my videos and share to your friends. Definitely they can connect